Hello, gorgeous ones. I did have another little false start. I've now mastered it. I now know exactly what I need to do in order to have the Facebook Lives where I'm at the right way, where I've got the right height, where my lip is syncing with my hearing and all of those sorts of things. Another beautiful morning in Melbourne. I have just washed my hair, so I'm looking a little fresh, but that's fine. I hope you've all had a wonderful week so far. And I'm just reminding you that this week we have been talking a lot about gratitude and that gratitude is a practice. So on Monday, I just gave the example of talking about gratitude for the kind acts that my patients had done for me and how grateful I am for that. Then Tuesday was a biggie and we talked about gratitude for our body. And I mentioned how in a circle, the girls are doing a challenge, and one of the things that they can earn points for is daily gratitude to their body, and we have a little gratitude mantra, I guess, that people can say. Then yesterday I talked about how gratitude can actually change your perception on life so that you can become more of an optimist rather than a pessimist. Because our brains are pattern machines. They see the same thing every time. So by being more grateful, you are more likely to see the positives in the day rather than focusing on the negatives. And so that's another really important thing. Now today, my gratitude post is actually for living in Australia and having access to real food. Now, as part of this, I'm sneaking in a little bit of banging because you know I love banging on, and I did do a blog post, I think last week. So if you haven't read it, it is on our website. You know we've got a website, right? So it's RL Medicine, RL like real life, but as I said, someone else stole that domain. So it's rlmedicine.com. All of our posts are there. Hi, darlings, I can see you all those people saying good morning. Thank you. Anyway, my post was all about Up and Go and how Up and Go has been, oh my God, Bazza, you're up. Well done. Up and Go is not a health food. Sanitarium market themselves as health food companies. In fact, they're called Sanitarium, the health food company, and their products are as far away from healthy as possible. They have a formula that they can, I guess, tick the boxes on in order to get health star ratings, which is the thing that drives a wedge in my heart. But I'm thinking that, you know what? We're smarter than that. And this is what I want all of you lovely peeps to be telling people, you know, in nice ways, because again, people don't like all information forced on them. I'm lucky, it's my job. I can be a zealot and everyone's expecting that. But the idea that this company sells their product as a health food when it is not, when it's full of sugar, seed oils, preservatives, emulsifiers, and yet market to us as a healthy option is something that does grind my gears. So gratitude for me is other companies, and there are some out there. I'm not totally anti-company, don't get me wrong. I'm very happy for people to be making options for us, but don't tell me it's healthy when it's not. So, you know, companies like, I think, Chobani yogurt, that's the yogurt I eat. I buy the one in the green with the green lid. It's beautiful. It's basically just, you know, milk, some cultures. It's exactly what I would want in a yogurt. It's not a yogurt that's then full of sugar and syrupy goop and then saying, you know, feed this to your children because it's yogurt, therefore it must be healthy. You know, those sorts of things. So I'm super grateful that we have, and look, I live on the Mornington Peninsula. I have farm gates at my door, so I'm really, really lucky. But most of us do have access to real food, fresh food, and it doesn't even have to be fresh. You can buy frozen vegetables and they are as good nutritionally as fresh vegetables. So if you live in a little, you know, outback place where there's fresh foods harder to come to, don't worry about that. You have access to frozen Australian food though. Check that, because that's the other little sneaky thing that's come in, is that some of our food is imported. Now, berries, we all love berries. It's quite hard to get Australian berries. You can do them. Fortunately, and I don't know if this is good, but anyway, a couple of years ago we had that Hep A outbreak amongst berries that were made in China that were then fertilised with very subpar fertiliser that basically caused hepatitis. And so our berries don't come from China anymore. The majority of them come from Chile, but you can get Australian ones. So all veggies, just check. It says, it has to tell you where it's from. If you can get Australian vegetables, do it. Because then, how grateful is that? We're supporting our farmers, which is what we need to do, and our food basin, and we're cutting down on our, emissions and all of those sort of things by reducing food kilometres. That's another thing. That's a whole other sort of topic. But I'm so grateful that we have access to all of this fresh food, and that we can get frozen food if we can't get fresh, and that we in Australia really do have access to like meat much more than say Britain. They don't have as much access as we do. We are so lucky. So when I eat my food, this is what I do now, and it was a game changer. Okay, so this is my tip for the day, game changer. I tend to have a lot of my food is bowl food these days. It might be a Mexican bowl, it might be some Thai green curry, it might be a stroganoff, it can be all sorts of things, but it's often in a bowl, unless it's steak and salad. I do eat that on a plate. But I will look at this food and I will say, body, you are going to be so happy. Look at the nutrients in this food. Look at what we've got for you tonight. And honestly, it has been like, oh my God, every day now I'm much more conscious of what I eat, and I'm much more conscious of what I put in. And just this little trick, looking at my food and telling my body how happy it's going to be. Basically, how grateful it is. So it's kind of a bit of a reverse on the gratitude thing. So my loves, try that. Be grateful that we live in a country where real food is available for us, and your body is actually going to be ultimately grateful to you. Have a wonderful day. I am really looking forward to today. I've got a lovely clinic this afternoon. I do have to go to the bank, not looking so forward to that. But all of you wonderful peeps, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, darlings.